absolutely confirmed. Morgan Gibbs-White rejects new Forest contract, Tottenham deal now inevitable. Player says yes to Thomas Frank. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham Hotspur are standing firm in their pursuit of Morgan Gibbs-White, with Fabrizio Romano confirming that the club remains absolutely confident that the deal will go through despite legal threats from Nottingham Forest over what they allege to be an illegal approach. The situation has been described as tense, but Romano, speaking to GIVEMESPORT, insisted that Spurs believe they are fully within their rights and are pushing forward with the transfer. Yes, they are confident. It's a tense situation, but Spurs hope to be able to proceed soon, the journalist stated. Despite the dispute, Tottenham insiders insist that there is no scenario in which the move collapses. Sources indicate that Morgan Gibbs-White himself has made his intentions abundantly clear to Forest owner Evangelos Marinakis. He wants to leave and join Tottenham this summer. According to TBR Football, the midfielder immediately rejected a new contract offer from Forest earlier this week, further signalling his intent to walk away from the City ground. Within Hotspur Way, the atmosphere is one of calm confidence. Club chairman Daniel Levy, no stranger to high-stakes negotiations, is said to be operating in his natural element amid the legal tension. Levy reportedly believes the legal threats are simply a last-ditch attempt to stall what is otherwise a straightforward move. Spurs are prepared to activate the £60 million release clause and finalise the transfer once the Premier League provides formal clearance. Tom Allnutt added that the Premier League has not yet offered a timeline on the outcome of Forest's complaint, but manager Thomas Frank is eager to have Gibbs-White on the plane for the club's pre-season tour. The Dane views the 25-year-old as a cornerstone of his midfield for the upcoming Champions League campaign. Gibbs-White, who registered 7 goals and 10 assists in the Premier League last season, has been on Tottenham's radar for months. His ability to operate both centrally and on the flanks offers vital versatility, while his work rate, creative instincts and ability to drive the ball forward are attributes that Frank values highly in his attacking blueprint. The player is understood to be excited by the opportunity to work under Thomas Frank, believing Spurs offer the perfect platform for the next step in his career. Champions League football and a squad undergoing an ambitious rebuild make North London the ideal destination for the former Wolves man. Unless Nottingham Forest are willing to engage in a legal battle with little foundation and against the player's clear will, this transfer is all but inevitable. Tottenham believe the deal is done, and within the club, the expectation is that Gibbs-White will undergo a medical in the coming days, with an official announcement expected early next week. This would mark the third major signing of the summer for Spurs following the arrival of Mohamed Kudus, as Daniel Levy and Fabio Paratici continue to back Thomas Frank with serious firepower in the transfer market. Stay tuned, the Morgan Gibbs-White saga may soon reach its long-awaited conclusion. Spurs step up interest in Adam Wharton as Thomas Frank eyes midfield reinforcements. Tottenham Hotspur's midfield rebuild is showing no signs of slowing down, having already sealed high-profile deals for Mohamed Kudus and Morgan Gibbs-White. New head coach Thomas Frank is now pushing for the signing of a true number 6, and Adam Wharton has emerged as one of the top names on the list. According to GIVEMESPORT sources, Spurs remain highly interested in the Crystal Palace midfielder, who is widely regarded as one of the most exciting young talents in English football. The Eagles, however, are digging in. Determined not to lose their midfield gem without a fight, the South London club have slapped a £100 million valuation on Wharton and insist he is in the same potential bracket as Arsenal's Declan Rice. Wharton, who played a key role in Palace's FA Cup winning campaign, despite suffering with injuries at stages throughout the season, is tied to a long-term contract at Selhurst Park, keeping him on £35,000 per week until the summer of 2029. Nevertheless, sources suggest the player is very much on the radar at Hotspur Way, with Tottenham viewing him as a cornerstone of their long-term midfield structure. There's growing belief that Spurs' financial muscle this window, bolstered by Champions League qualification and a potential naming rights deal, reportedly backed by Saudi investment, could make even the most difficult deals possible. Chairman Daniel Levy is prepared to back Frank fully as the Dane looks to build a squad capable of challenging on multiple fronts. Importantly, Crystal Palace's failure to secure a spot in next season's UEFA Europa League could play a key role in Wharton's future. Sources close to the club believe some of their top players may push for moves in order to play European football, something Tottenham can offer immediately, with a place in the Champions League already confirmed. While Palace will not be rushed into a deal and continue to hold firm on their valuation, Spurs' intent is clear. Wharton is viewed as a priority target, and if the right offer is tabled in the coming weeks, pressure may mount on the South Londoners to consider a deal, particularly if the player himself expresses a desire to make the switch to North London. With just under 2 months left in the window and Spurs operating with renewed ambition, this is a situation to keep a very close eye on. Adam Wharton could very well be the next piece of the puzzle in Tottenham's summer revolution under Thomas Frank. Douglas Luiz eager for Premier League return, Tottenham move greatly appealing. Brazilian midfielder Douglas Luiz is understood to be extremely keen on a return to the Premier League, and joining Tottenham Hotspur is a move that greatly appeals to him, sources close to the player have revealed. After a somewhat inconsistent stint at Juventus, Douglas Luiz has found himself slipping down the pecking order for the Brazil national team, having missed recent international call-ups, with the 2026 FIFA World Cup on the horizon. The 26-year-old is determined to reignite his form and re-establish himself at the highest level of the game, and a move to Champions League-bound Tottenham is seen as the perfect opportunity to do just that. Tottenham, who are undergoing an ambitious rebuild under new manager Thomas Frank, are on the lookout for proven midfield quality to strengthen their squad ahead of a return to Europe's elite competition. Luiz, who enjoyed a successful spell in England with Aston Villa, is seen as a player with Premier League pedigree, technical excellence, and the tenacity Frank values in a holding midfielder. Sources close to Luiz have indicated that he and those in his camp greatly admire Thomas Frank, having followed his impressive work at Brentford, and the prospect of working under the Danish tactician in North London is highly attractive. While no formal bid has been made as of yet, Tottenham are closely monitoring Luiz's situation in Turin. Juventus, amid financial pressures and a changing sporting project under new management, may be open to negotiating the player's departure if the right offer arrives. With Luiz's desire clear and Spurs' Champions League status secured, the conditions may be falling into place for what could be one of the most astute signings of the summer. All eyes now turn to Fabio Paratici and Johan Lange, who will be tasked with advancing talks should the club move forward in their pursuit of the Brazilian international. Tottenham Hotspur continue to be linked with a move for the Burnley defender Maxime Esteve. According to Football Insider, they are in talks to sign the 23-year-old, and he will cost around £50 million this summer. Burnley have no intention of letting him leave for cheap, and they will demand a substantial amount of money. Esteve is a long-term target for Spurs, Pete O'Rourke claimed. Spurs did try to sign him in the January window when he was doing so well. Burnley don't want to lose Esteve, and they've put a £50 million price tag on his head. I don't think Spurs would go near that level to try and sign Esteve, but Burnley are in a really strong position to negotiate here. He's under contract until 2029 and they can demand a substantial fee because of his contract. That price tag will probably scare off most clubs. It will be interesting to see if Tottenham are willing to pay up. They need more quality and depth in the defensive unit, especially with Christian Romero facing an uncertain future at the club. He has been linked with multiple top clubs. The South American defender is reportedly open to a new challenge, and Tottenham will need to replace him adequately if he moves on. Esteve was outstanding in the Championship for Burnley last season, and he was chosen as the club's player of the season. He was instrumental in their push for promotion. There is no doubt that he has the qualities to thrive in the Premier League, and he could be an important player for Tottenham as well. However, the asking price is a major blow for any club hoping to sign him. Although he is a quality player, £50 million is a lot of money. Tottenham will need to improve other areas of their squad, and they could easily be priced out of a move for the French defender. It remains to be seen how the situation unfolds. Burnley might need to be more reasonable with their demands in order for the move to go through. That wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for our latest content. Be sure to give this video a like and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow the Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for tuning in. And as ever, come on you Spurs.